Yes, you did it. I am so proud of you for taking that step to help your child learn more emotional intelligence. It has been a game changer in our house to help our kids learn to better handle those big feelings. I also want you to know that helping my kids with their big feelings, honestly, it only got me so far. Would you like a personal example? I hope I'm not sharing too much here, but let's go. Years ago, one of my kids began to scream at me because I asked them to put their shoes on. I responded by screaming even louder at them. I screamed so loud and so harshly that my own child looked up at me with fear in their eyes. My response was to run to my room, bury my head in my pillow, and cry uncontrollably. I cannot describe the guilt, the stress, the overwhelm, and the frustration and anger that were such a regular part of my parenting life. This is not what I had in mind when I wanted to be a parent. I knew something had to change. Now, while my family, if I'm going to be totally honest here, we still have our ups and downs, but the dynamic in general has radically changed since that day years ago. It is so much more peaceful in our house. We have much better memories being made, not just for my kids, but for me too. And because I've put in so much work in my own emotional journey, I am way more empowered and ready to help my kids in their emotional journey. Most importantly, I'm enjoying motherhood again. I can show up to all of those tricky situations, to the meltdown, to the anger, to the fight, so much calmer, with so much more compassion. And I am just so much more ready to help my kids because of all of the work I've done on me. Plus, I have this incredibly huge toolkit that's been customized to my unique family, including several children that are neurodivergent, several children that don't really have a diagnosis but have some intense emotions, and with my kids ages 2 to 13. It's completely unique and works extremely well in so many of those hard situations. My own journey, honestly, it was long. It was hard. And it was so lonely. I felt like no one understood what it was like to parent these kids. No one understood what I was going through. I felt whenever I did reach out that I was either judged or they just didn't get it. So I built the exact program that I wish I had those years ago. A program that can quite literally change your entire parenting life and the experiences and memories that you're making right now. And the cherry on top is that I built it to take just a few minutes a week. This is the Emotionally Healthy Families membership. You get instant access to everything on my screen right here. There's an online community, there's live calls, there's all of these videos, all of these documents, worksheets. They're each just like a few minutes long. They're so powerful. I've taken what took me years to figure out to get a grip on my own emotions so that I could show up more of the way that I want to, so that these precious years with my kids weren't spent with me just sitting in overwhelm and sitting in guilt and sitting in shame and sitting in that stress, right? And also my anger too. Let's talk about that. I'm better able to understand my own triggers. Why am I getting angry? Why are my kids melting down? What's going on here? And how do I help them with it? So many parenting tools that are constantly growing, right? And I've gone to other people too. I've learned how to manage meltdowns. I've learned how to go grocery shopping without really big incidents, unlike for years, the incidents that we used to have. Handling sibling conflict is so much easier. I've cut my yelling down by 90%, right? And the biggest thing is I've learned to stay emotionally regulated, even if my kids are dysregulated. There's live calls twice a month. If you can't go live, there's all of the replays. We have a private podcast because I know everyone's busy and sometimes you just want to listen on the go. And let me show you a little bit of our private community here. Many of our members didn't want to be on social media in order to connect. They didn't want to have to use their personal profile, right? But they did want a chance to reach out and connect with others. So we've moved our private community here to Slack. This gives me a chance to send you video messages. I can send you audio messages. You can send me private messages whenever you want. We also have these personalized parenting resources where each week you can request a resource that I create for you that will help you in your parenting journey. This mom was struggling because she's wants to be a mom, but she was kind of feeling like, I don't want to be a mom anymore. And she couldn't get where that was coming from. I created a really simple quiz to help her figure that out. It was very helpful. This mom has a child who has some perfectionistic tendencies, and she was struggling to find positives about them and about this child. So I was able to help this mom understand it a little bit more, come up with a checklist for potential strengths of that child that she could focus on to work on her relationship. These are just two examples. There's so many ways that we personalize this because let's admit it, parenting is not a one size fits all thing. The scripts and guides that so often we think would work if we just say the right thing or we just do the right thing and then they don't work, it's because all of our families are unique. No two families are alike. And so no journey to an emotionally healthy family is going to look identical between two families. They all need to be personalized and unique. And they need to be done on a basis of self-compassion because we're never going to be perfect. We're just going to be working towards doing what we can and towards learning and growing. And if we have that basis of self-compassion, not only is it going to feel better, our growth is going to be so much faster. And one more thing before we go. I spoke a lot about me in this video. I'm definitely not the only one that has benefited. There are so many people that have gotten help and they've seen a huge difference for them. They've seen a huge difference for their children. They feel so much more supported and uplifted. They have that better relationship. They have more peace at home and they're enjoying motherhood a lot more again. The overwhelm, the stress, the guilt, the anger, the frustration, it's all so much more in control. It has changed their lives. It has changed my life. And I would love to invite you to join us and see if it doesn't change your life too. A program like this usually costs thousands of dollars, especially with all of the personalization and customization and the work that you get to do with me and that we get to do with each other. But I've really tried to make it an affordable price so that anyone can opt in. Please join us. I would love to see this help you the way it's helped so many others. This membership is usually closed, and we only open doors a couple of times each year. But if you're feeling like this is what you need right now, then I don't want you to have to wait until doors open again. So I'm going to offer you a secret back door to join us in the membership. But only if you join in the next 48 hours. I can't leave it open forever. If you do join and you decide it's not for you, there's no risk because remember, we have that 7-day money-back guarantee. You can get a 100% refund. Just let me know within that week that it's not for you, and I'll give you all of your money back. If you want to try it out, you want to join us, you want to see if it's going to make the difference in your parenting that it's made not just for me, for so many others. I would love to invite you to join our amazing, kind, compassionate, and hopeful community. Just click below for more info.